15 headmasters and 15 cooks of schools from 3 regions of Armenia came to Tambov for 5 days. Why? They came to get experience in the field of reorganizing school meal systems. The site wasn't chosen by chance. The college trains professional cooks, including cooks for school canteens. It also has its own school meals production line. Tambov Oblast was the winner of the national competition in the sphere of school meals. The college also participated in this project and was the winner of the national competition. And we've been allocated more than 30 million rubles for the implementation of this project. With this money, not only have we repaired the premises, but also commissioned completely new workshops and laboratories. We've created an internship site to train specialists in the field of school feeding. The college itself has been a subject for study. Perhaps it will become a model for a similar resource center to be established in Armenia. But in the meantime, the representatives of 3 marzes, participants of the Armenian National School Feeding Program, came to adopt the experience of their Russian colleagues. It was very important for headmasters because they already had 3 years' experience in organizing school meals. They started from scratch and have accomplished something important during these 3 years. But in terms of organization, management and documentation, we still have some gaps. And it's very important to have real-world examples. As the proverb says, a picture is worth 1,000 words. These real-world examples and case studies have manifested themselves in experience that can be adopted by other teachers. The training program offered by the Social and Industrial Food Service Institute takes into account the changes taking place in the country. At present, Armenia recreates the entire school meals infrastructure within the framework of the National School Feeding Program. But new equipment and a new menu is not enough. The week that the Armenian delegation spent in Tambov included not only theoretical studies. Tambov schools opened their doors to the guests to share their own experience. After all, the schools of the former USSR often shared common problems: lack of or non-compliant and outdated kitchens and dining rooms that need renovation.
Here, in the basement of this 110-year-old building, was a dining room, but the premise was little suited for this purpose. It was dark, damp, generally unattractive and fitted with equipment that did not comply with any rules and regulations and was not even safe to operate. But then, in 2009, good fortune came upon us when we were granted money for the reconstruction of this dining room. Just within a little more than 2 months, starting from the tenders that took place on June 26th until September 10th, 2009, we were able to commission a full-fledged refreshment room, fitted with modern equipment.
The headmasters of the schools, where garden plots became a part of the educational process, also shared their experience. Tatanovskaya Secondary School has found its solution to the question of how can the principal avoid being a collective farm chairman, but at the same time diversify the school menu with its own fruit and vegetables.
When growing large amounts of fruit, vegetables and other products, it is vital to maintain a balance. We cannot let it affect the academic outcomes of our students. First and foremost, our task is to teach and help them develop, and only then to grow products. All practical subjects have been supplemented with practical modules. At mathematics classes, the students do not count the dimensions and the area of, say, a football field, but they rather calculate cultivated areas.
And even though some knowledge needs growing into, because many Armenian schools simply don't possess the required industrial equipment, the experience we obtained was still useful. After all, the cooks and the headmasters will soon be working in line with the new standards.
I must change the school environment and school meals in the first place. I must bring it in line with the one I witnessed today in all schools. I'd like to have a meeting with the leaders of our marzes and the governor and invite them to provide assistance to our schools. Moreover, I am determined to have a meeting with the headmasters of the schools serving hot meals to their students and share the experience that I have obtained so they can put it into practice to improve their dining rooms. This week was a big success for us. We picked up different cooking techniques. In particular, we mastered proper techniques for butchering and cutting, which were previously unfamiliar to us. We received new ovens and modern equipment, which was an innovation for us. We have learned to bake and cook such dishes which we could not previously cook because of lack of opportunities.
Each of the participants came away with something of their own. Someone brought home new recipes. Someone else found a solution to their problems in Tambov.
The truth is that our school does not have enough premises, and allocation of a separate classroom is already a problem. Now I have seen school where sinks are located next to the dining room, right alongside its wall, and this is just the solution we need. We will not have to allocate a separate classroom for this purpose, and at the same time, we will be able to ensure proper hygiene.
The final part of the program included critical evaluation of developed projects. The headmasters introduced new projects developed in order to address strategic issues at the state level and more specific issues at the school level. The cooks, in their turn, presented new menus to their colleagues for degustation. The participants from Armenia are taking away new skills and plenty of ideas that they are committed to share with their colleagues.